Welcome to stream. We're doing something a little bit different today. I wanted to go back and play certain older games, so hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope this will be fun. It seems like it seems like an alright game. I played this back in the day. Excuse me, sorry my commentary's a little bit odd at the moment, but yeah, I'm playing something from my childhood that I played a long time ago. Hang on a second. I'm making sure I have a new save file because I've been testing stuff and making sure this works out. So, give me 1 second to pull this window back up. Okay, all good. Hey Zachary, welcome to stream. Actually, you know what? Before we do anything else, let me copy the link. There's probably some slight audio issues on the stream. This game is very, very badly audio mixed as far as I can tell. Like, some of the audio is really, really quiet, and it'll be not that big of a deal. And then there's like certain points where the sound effects of the music get fucking stupid loud for literally no reason. So if there end up being issues with the stream, then let me know. Give me a second or two. I'm nearly done with setting one little thing up for Discord, and then we're going to actually jump in. I just need like a second or two. This is a change I didn't like on YouTube. You can't get your links and whatnot easy. It's a kind of a nuisance, honestly. Okay, I think we're good. I'm about to do that on some of the streams before we get started. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully good. I've had a pretty alright day. I mean, nothing crazy. Let's see, which one do I do? I guess any of these will work. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Doesn't it say, like, I was talking about how today's been better. Over the past few days, after like the last stream, I've been feeling a lot more confidence and a lot more, like, actual, I don't know how to describe it, like, I feel better about my situation. I had a lot that I got off my chest that was bothering me, and I'm kind of glad I did, because it made me feel much, much more accepting and able to, like, open up to you guys than I was before. So, let's see, I'm thinking here. I guess I'll tell you guys a little about this game if I didn't already, and if I got sidetracked. This game is really old. I'm not sure exactly when it got released. I didn't check the info. If anybody wants to look it up and check, then feel free to. All I remember is an N64 game. I think it's after, well, N64, PlayStation. I think it's on a few systems. The name I knew this game by was Gecko 64, and it's a very, very good video game. It's definitely old. Some of the jokes in this are a little bad and probably a little on the offensive side, unfortunately, which I mentioned in my description, so I apologize, like, in advance if this actually comes off as, like, game that's, like, really, really terrible and upsets anybody, because that's not my goal in playing this. I just want to play an older game that I had memories of. I was looking at some stuff, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a new playthrough. I wanted to break from Pokemon, so my goal was to just find anything good I could think of, and then I remembered, hey, I haven't played any of my childhood games I grew up with in a long time, and then I remembered Gex, and I was like, oh, let's revisit it, let's see how it is, and see if I enjoy it. So that's how I got to it. I don't know the exact history behind the series. I know it started on, like, 3DO and I think maybe PlayStation or something. Fun little fact about Gex. Apparently, the first Gex is, like, 2D. All the rest are 3D games. And there's only, like, well, I say the rest, there's only 3 games in total. There's, like, another one on Game Boy, I think, but it's just that. And it was like it's like a demade version of this, I think, or at least kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It's been a long time since I played it. That's a thing that I was gonna say I didn't miss about older stuff. You'd see that a lot. You see, like, a handheld port, it would always be like something completely different than the actual game. Like, they'd normally be like platformers or some stuff. Not actually or it'd be a platform, but it'd be like in 2 dimensions or whatever, not the same as the main game. I think I played all of these games except the first one. First one's not that interesting in my opinion. I'm sure there's some people who are fans of it, but Gex 1 is just another generic platformer out there, and the only thing it's got going for it is that Gex is kind of snarky, and personality makes a very, very interesting, like, part of the game. I don't know if it was just me. It feels like a lot of older games had to have their protagonists talk a lot. They never shut the fuck up. They'd always, like, keep going on and on about stuff, so there'd be a lot of points where there'd be lots of talking and nothing else going on. Gex is absolutely no exception to that. It's probably one of the ones that's more inclined to go ahead and keep running Gex's mouth while you're playing the game rather than just letting you continue to play. I don't know, the jokes are not something I find are super tasteful. I don't understand all of them, so I can't really weigh in on them, but they're a byproduct of its time. So, I mean, what can you do? I don't know what to say. I don't think this game would fly in today's society. I think the jokes would be deemed too offensive to make it stand out. I will admit I kind of miss it a little bit from, like, when I played it when I was younger, just because of the fact that I like, actually enjoyed this, and I wanted to see, like, all this again, wanted to play it and see how good it is, see if it was as fun as I remembered it. It seems like an alright game even still. I think I laughed at it a little more as a kid because I thought the jokes were kind of funny and I didn't know any of the context behind them, so I didn't really think anything of it. It's just a little kid for you. You can laugh at all sorts of stuff as a kid and have no idea what the hell you're actually laughing at. I don't even know if I'd qualify this as like a high-quality series. I've been thinking of doing something kind of neat this year. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it, but I've been thinking of, like, maybe doing something where we go and play through, like, some older platformers or just older games in general this year and try to see what all we can find, see if there's anything fun to do. I think that'll be worth it. I want to do this and Glover and some other stuff, too, that I remember playing when I was younger. Oh, yeah, let's see. I guess I should describe this a little more. I'm just going to talk about the game's objectives, and then, like, I guess I can talk more about the, like, gameplay a little bit. Like, you see that thing I picked up? It's a remote. There's 5 in each level. Let me see if I can find it. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. It's under stats. And you can see here, there's these 2, the one at the bottom where I've collected it on the right. There's 3 at the top. 3 of them, like the red ones, are your main objective. Bottom 2 are your reward for getting a bunch of collectibles and your hidden objectives. So you've got like a little bit of stuff you're encouraged to do so you can kind of get everything. I don't know if there's like a bonus for it, but I mean, it's a collectathon as well as a platformer in that sense, kind of. So yeah, give me a second or two. I need to check on like a thing or two just really fast. We dropped a lot of frames earlier. I apologize if the stream is like laggy. It's not my intent to have a laggy and unfortunately bad stream. I don't want that at all. I want to be able to have a good stream where things are fairly easy to watch. Is it just me or did the thing spit a bunch of stuff out and then it all despawned? What was the point of that? Oh, one other thing I was going to mention, which I don't know if it's obvious from like looking at this. This game parodies a lot of stuff, and I mean a lot. It makes dumb jokes about all sorts of things, and it happens constantly. This whole game is pretty much parodying other shit, and it's not really bad. I wouldn't say it's great how it does it, but yeah, it makes a point to continually keep parodying everything. It's not obvious what this is. This is like a parody of Looney Tunes and Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny, so yeah. Each level is filled with something, whether it be this or whatever. One of the bonus levels I saw was like from, I think, what was it? It was Indiana Jones. Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's any other like really noteworthy ones I remember. There's quite a few interesting ones. I think like one of them's Matrix based. It's based on computers and shit. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. There's a lot there. We'll see all of them. I'm planning to actually go through like majority of the game and try to collect like most of the stuff in the game, so I kind of want to actually like go for collecting everything. I think it'd just be a fun little thing to do. I don't know if this game's very long. I never beat it as a kid. It's only took me, or say I gave up after like so long, and it apparently in a long play it was only like 4 to 5 hours, so I don't know if it's actually that short or if I was just bad as a little kid or what. Let's see, is that thing I did still like activated or is it deactivate? Okay, no, it's still there. That just saves me time because I actually had that ready, and then I can just go, boop, done the first red remote, no problem. That makes 2 things, or actually 3 things we've gotten without even really wasting much time. Kind of like how this thing's laid out, collectathon-wise. It's really, really cool to, I guess that works. Okay, that was a little weird, whatever. I wonder how to, hold on a second, I need to check something. I can figure out how to make a save state on this. I think I see how I do it. Okay, just checking, because I don't know if the save file is working, and I need to make sure that I'll get my stuff saved the way I want to. Let's do this one first, I think, yeah. Shouldn't take too long to reach it. This part, one of the parts where I was worried about the audio being a little loud. It does seem like it's not mixed perfectly. If it's too loud, I do apologize. I don't want there to be problems hearing the game. How's everyone been doing, actually, lately? I was a little nervous about starting. I think it's a natural thing, though, with streaming. What about you guys? I get a little bit of... Sometimes, like, I feel like I get stage fright almost before I come on in a stream. Like when you're starting up and you don't really know exactly what to talk about. Most of the time I feel like it goes away, but I mean, sometimes it can be really, really bad. Like, don't know what to say, and then you just clam up. It feels really, really awkward. I tried to prepare as much new stuff to talk about as I could think of today, so hopefully that won't be a huge issue, and that'll be relatively simple to avoid problems arising. I mean, it's whatever. I'll figure out what I want to talk about if there are. Speaking of stage fright and, like, plays, you guys ever do like, plays or anything, like, theater stuff or whatever in, like, school as kids? I'm just curious to hear about this. Anybody go through those classes, or not even those classes, those kind of performances? I remember I did that stuff when I was younger, because I was interested in it. I don't know if I'd say it was the best experience I tried. It's, like, awkward, and if you get really, really scared, or because you don't remember your lines, like, you get that stage fright where it's like you're a deer in the headlights, and you don't remember your fucking line. That's always a terrifying experience. It's something I don't remember, like, super well. I tried. I wasn't really the type to get involved with doing stage fright. Or not to say stage fright, I'm going to say stage plays or whatever, like those kind of things too much, even though I enjoyed it. I don't know. It was a decent thing. I tried. I was bad about, like, knowing when to try to... I was, like, auditioning bad about trying to know when to, like, start, or trying to do a thing for the thing, like, you know, how you get to try to put your emphasis on your mood when you're doing, like, auditioning, that kind of thing. I don't know. I liked it, but I wasn't really too interested in getting involved in the whole acting thing. I thought about it, but I didn't have that much care about it in the first place. Also, this camera is not great. It's a little bit hard to control and not bad, but it feels like it controls like ass. Not something I'm a fan of in games when the camera is bad. Especially in a game like this, I want the camera to work. Instead, it's like jerking around a little bit and kind of weird to move it the way I want it to. I'm so glad we're past those days when it comes to game development, how nowadays having a good camera is considered a standard and not something that's like, oh yeah, it's a feature, we were too lazy to make it better in terms of camera quality. I don't know. There are a lot of things like that about older games that I didn't enjoy. I was watching one of my friends play a platforming game yesterday out of, like, just something I remembered him playing, and I wanted to, like, check out it. The game thought it was neat looking, and he's a good friend of mine, Melee Kirby. He was playing something called Plock. It's a much older platformer. It's looked very, very hard. I haven't seen the beginning levels, but apparently they're pretty fun and pretty neat. I've never checked it out. Maybe one day. I'd like to expand my horizons when it comes to games more than I already have, even though I play a lot, and, you know, check out some stuff I've never played. I think that's a natural thing, is to want to see plenty of new games, so maybe this year I'll consider that. I wasn't actually planning to stream this game this year, ironically. Came up as, like, part of me impromptu starting a session for me to play this, and who knows how this will all go. Hold on a second. Oh god, that is always so fucking obnoxiously loud, at least on my end. I don't know if it's okay for you guys. I apologize. That's very badly volume mixed. Hold on a second. Just making sure I didn't forget to properly link the stream. Okay, I think we're good. Give me a second to pull my stuff back up. Alright. I think we're in the clear. Just making sure. God, I can't name, like, a point where I played another collectathon like this. Like, I think it's been probably since the GameCube, if not later, where I played a game that's quite like this. Like, not first party by Nintendo, or not a well-known dev playing, like, a platforming game. It feels like I barely ever take these kind of chances to do stuff like this, and I kind of want to do more of that this year. I don't know if it'll be fun, but I'd like to play some older stuff. Thought of revisiting Glover, maybe. Seems like another good game that I played that I loved as a kid, so I wanted to check into and play again some more. Game was good. Had a lot of potential. Unfortunately, it was a little bit on the kind of side in some areas. Glover was, like, full of weird design choices, even though it was a good game. We'll see, but I'm looking to streaming it, I think. Let's see, give me a second or two. I need to do something really fast. I won't take very long. I just need 1 second. Oh my, hold on a second. This is going to take me a moment or two. Okay, I think I am good now. Alright, so where were we? Here's a question that'll be fun, hopefully. Something that I feel like would be good for discussion. Whether or not people will really love it, that's up to them. So here's a topic I was thinking of, another good thing. Hang on, let me see. Before we continue, where are we at time-wise? 17 minutes? I practiced a little bit before I started, but I mean, I'm surprised how quickly I managed to make progress in this. I'm sorry if I'm, like, pausing the game a little bit much. I'm just trying to get my stuff I had set up, like, where I can look at things I need to relatively easy, so my bad, there's a little bit of an awkward pause there. Yeah, I was going to talk about another topic and say, like, so what are some games you guys remember that are really bad you played? Ever played any games that are so bad you've had to, I felt like you wanted to uninstall them immediately? I want to talk about that kind of experience in a second. I'm going to wait just a moment. We'll talk about this. This is the first boss battle. Yeah, it's one of those things like tikis or whatever they call them, like in Hawaii, wearing those kind of masks. I don't know why. I think this might be related to a stereotype, and again, this game offends anybody. I apologize. I mean, I don't condone this game's messages, but I do think it's a pretty decent game. Just could be better without all these, like, distasteful jokes. I don't know. Also, for a first boss, this is annoying. Fucking not a lot of room to move around. You gotta hit fireballs back in a very, very careful timing, and the boss moves around and you can get hit really easy. It's just fucking not my favorite type of design for a boss fight. This last hit's always the fucking most pain in the ass thing to pull off too. Okay, good. Finally. I think I struggled with that as a kid, and for good reason. That boss fight is not that great. Also, I think I remember this, what this is based on, or at least I say that to an extent. I don't know, but like it said Gilligan's Island. It makes me think it's a reference to Gilligan's Island, which I don't know why they picked that name. It's really got fucking nothing to do with Gilligan's Island except the name, and it's making a joke about Gex. Like, Gilligan's Island was some kids show. The fact that they're inserting some weird Hawaiian stuff into it is not, or I was gonna say Hawaiian, I don't know if it's actually Hawaiian, but yeah, they're inserting that into it makes me think like they don't really care about the content too much. They just want to make jokes about the game. Or they make jokes, they just want to see, and say they just want to make dumb jokes and don't really care how good they are, actually. This one's called Smellraiser. I think there was a movie called Hellraiser this is parodying. I'm not actually sure. This one's kind of weird, to be honest. A lot of the jokes don't really seem like they make any sense to me. This game has a very, very bizarre sense of humor. Makes a lot of jokes about, like, celebrities and other such nonsense. Especially considering, like, it's a lot of celebrities that aren't popular anymore and may have been popular in the day. The more I think about it, this game really had some... I don't know how you'd word it. It doesn't say like it aged rather poorly. Not in, like, necessarily just the bad jokes, so that's part of it. It can be offensive depending on who you ask. Excuse me, I fucked that up. I need to go back out and respawn that, because if I don't, then I'm going to be missing out on something I need, I think. Or maybe not. I thought I needed to. I'm going to do it just to be safe. But yeah, the jokes are outdated and not that funny. They don't really take anything into account except the time period they were in, and I think because of that, they're going to have aged like crap, honestly. I don't know. I didn't hate this game growing up. I didn't find it to be too bad. I remember I liked the third Gex game more. Played Gex 2 and Gex 3 on my GameCube back when it was like... I don't know if it was new necessarily. I remember I played Gex 3 first, I think, and I think we actually owned a copy of Gex 3, and I remember renting this game a few times, actually. Pretty interesting experience I have with this game. I remember I played it a few times and tried to beat it and never got too far with it. I don't know. Okay, anyway, back to the other subject I was meaning to talk about, and I got sidetracked. Give me a second. Also, God, this camera is kind of nauseatingly bad. I hope it's not, like, hard on you guys to watch right now because of the fucking camera. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the chat room is okay or not, because I have yet to see very many messages, and I need to make certain the chat is all good, so sorry if I have to dip out of the game for just a second or two and make sure I can send messages. Let's pull this back up. Okay, and one more moment. Okay, right. We're talking about bad games. So what are some games you guys have played that are so bad you felt the need to uninstall them? You ever buy anything like that? I feel like I've got a few that I've not enjoyed. One of them being, what was it, if I can remember, is a Steam thing. I can't remember exactly what it was called. I remember that game I got last month I wasn't a fan of, and I didn't find that to be very good. I've had quite a few games that I've had that kind of experience with, but thankfully they're few and far between. It's not a fun time picking up a game and then wanting to have to get rid of it because it's not very fun. That's the problem with buying games on the fly. You never can know if you're going to get your money's worth when you're buying and you don't have like enough experience at the game. You have to kind of just guess how good the game is going to be and whether or not you'll actually enjoy it, so... Ugh. You know, I don't know why we got rid of rental as a thing, like, as we got further on through, like, society. I don't know how else you'd word it, like, yeah, the years progressed, but we abandoned useful stuff like renting video games and movies. I mean, I guess now there's the whole thing of doing like streaming services like Netflix or, say, what was it, Netflix, Hulu, those kind of things. You know what I'm talking about. Those kind of things have replaced movies, and I guess there's other stuff like Xbox Game Pass or whatever for games, but I feel like games are a kind of thing where it's like, yeah, this would have been better if rentals were still around. Rentals would have been nice, just having that option to try something and not having to commit to it when you buy it. That's all. It seems like a lot of game stores got like more angry people like returning stuff over time and couldn't really get it didn't check as many games because that. I mean, I guess there were a lot of people who turned in games after they finished them, so I guess it makes sense, but still, don't know, didn't really love that. I definitely missed rental days where you could get a game and try it out easy. Actually, apparently the rental place in our area, like, I think I may have talked about this, but I'm not certain. We used to have, like, a lot of them in our area. We had Blockbusters, Hastings, and now we've got some place called Family Video, and, well, we recently, apparently, like, not recently, but excuse me, to say, like, those places closed down except one of them, that Family Video place, which came around a little later, and found out recently that it's going to be shutting down, and then, like, the whole Family Video store line, or whatever you want to call it, like, their business, they're going under and closing all their existing, like, rental shops, so made me a little sad. Now there's, like, no more anything for renting games. There's just Redbox for movies or streaming services if you really want to watch them on there. There's nothing like that for games as far as I can tell. I guess there's Gamefly or whatever, but yeah, there's not really any replacement now, is there? You guys do, like, renting games when you were younger, or did you guys, like, mostly grow up with, like, none of that? I'm just curious, because I personally did, and I think a lot of people that I knew, we all grew up with the same, like, situation where we would rent games. Hey, Zachary, welcome back. Glad you can make it back. Yeah, you missed out on a whole lot. I've been talking about some stuff, that's all. Talked about game rentals. Wasn't much going on. Also, I don't know, that joke. Who the fuck is Joe Piscopo again? I swear I've heard that name somewhere before, but I'm not sure. So, apparently this part is supposed to be an elevator. I couldn't tell this when I replayed it, just to, like, see, but, like, I guess I can sort of see it, like, everything's stretching down, just like some weird illusion. It's a really, really bizarre effect. Not really anything that was too big. I wanted to bring that up because I thought that was, like, something interesting I wanted to talk about this game. I don't know why I mentioned that, actually. It wasn't really that important. Oh well, whatever. So, yeah, like I said, do you guys do video rental at any point? Like video games or movies or whatever when you were younger? Or did you guys not have that? I think game rentals, those were, like, really big back in the day. Most of my video games that I know about, well, not all of them, but, like, most of them I played, I think I knew about them because of rentals. I got experienced a lot of games I wouldn't otherwise that way. I'm not actually sure if we just, like, had, like, parents who knew a decent amount of games, but they, like, we did end up, like, having, like, Mario and Zelda stuff and whatnot, like, owned, and we got Star Fox, so we had, like, most of the big name stuff, and then most of the other things out there we rented, so I don't know, I guess we just had like, grew up at the right time. I'm sure both me and my brother were somewhat knowledgeable about games and got our parents to buy certain stuff. I'm surprised I grew up with as many good games as I did. I have a lot of memories of kind of crappy games. Okay, let's do this bonus game really quickly, and then once we finish the bonus game, we'll go back to the area we're at. God, I miss Blockbusters, Hastings, all those places. Family Video closing down is, like, making me a little sad. Also, this is one of the laziest parody things in the game. I think I mentioned it's parody stuff. It's a fucking Indiana Jones parody, but it doesn't take anything besides collect treasure from Indiana Jones. Like, you're grabbing a bunch of these little gems, and that's it. It's like, I don't know. This is kind of a lazy feeling parody compared to the rest of the game. Not to say that it's some stellar game that parodies everything great, but that they could have put a little more effort into making this kind of cool. Instead, they went for minimum effort, less than interesting fucking parody stuff. I'm curious to see some of the later levels. I never made it too far in this game, actually, so I don't know, like, a whole ton about what the game is like in the later levels. Okay, right, now we gotta switch screens over here to finish up the rest of it, and this is just all basic shit where you push these plates in. Really, really simple stuff, honestly. The bonuses are not the most amazing thing the bonus games or whatever kind of in this game. By the way, I've been wanting to get back into some multiplayer stuff on stream, and I was wanting to, like, ask for you guys' sake. You guys want to do some more multiplayer stuff in, like, Parsec? Like, this year, I'm looking into maybe doing more with it, actually. I have interest in playing newer games with it. One of my friends playing, like, Scott Pilgrim, like the one that was released, like, I don't know, how long ago? 10, 15 years or something on, like, Xbox and PlayStation or whatever. Like, that game got re-released, and I've been thinking about replaying it, and it made me think maybe I should download some older stuff and play stuff on Parsec with you guys. We could take some suggestions for multiplayer stuff and just be finding good stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of games that'd be worth it. Among Us? I wouldn't mind. I've been thinking about, like, multiplayer, and part of the reason I haven't touched on as many multiplayer games excuse me, but yeah, part of the reason I haven't touched on some of those multiplayer games like Among Us, or say played through, what was it? Oh yeah, Among Us, or I'm trying to think, Jackbox, I think it was. Yeah, those kind of games, like where it's multiple people, and it's usually because it takes a crowd of people to get things to be worth the effort. Among Us seems alright. I've never picked it up. I know I could download it on my phone probably and play it, so I think it's like free on mobile, but part of the reason is just because I know you need to get a big enough group or it won't be simple enough to play. I think it's harder if you end up not having a big group. We could do it anyway. I might try it. In fact, I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking that'd be a decent idea, so I might try that in another month. I haven't played it, and I've been... Oh, wait. Didn't we get both the remotes? Let me double check. I think we got... Yeah, we got the 2 hidden remotes. Okay, I was going to go after collecting shit, but actually that's completely a waste of time considering that. So, this objective, I need to be looking out for those blood cooler things. Speaking of this game and this... Like, the weird stuff in this game, I know it's a fucking parody and all, but, like, who the fuck puts blood coolers in their fucking mansion? It's like, this has to be a joke about Dracula. That's weird otherwise. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense why there's coolers that have blood in them sitting around randomly. Just a really, really odd little detail. I think I'm gonna take you up on that suggestion. I'll probably do Among Us at some point. I'm not sure, like, what's the best way to handle that? I guess we could do... Say, I'm thinking we either do, like, 1 imposter round if we do, that way it'd be still easy enough to play it, and so we'll have a smaller group, but 1 should be plenty to work it out with, and maybe look into the proximity voice chat thing. I might check that out since I've never played it. I'd need to think on how I'm going to handle it since I haven't really properly played it any time. I mean... I think it would be a fun time to mess around with, so we'll see. Just a matter of trying it out. I think we're going to have to test it if I do it first, because I don't have any proper experience playing the game, so we'd have to get everything ready first before we can go into a stream of it. Other than that, though, yeah, I'd be down for it. Jackbox would also be something I'd like to look into more. It's just a matter of Jackbox needs at least a few people before you can properly play it, so otherwise it won't be a lot of fun. I've had Jackbox sitting on my Switch for a while, actually, like, I forget which one. I think it's Jackbox Party Pack 3. Maybe, I haven't done it yet, because I've been waiting for, hopefully, a bigger audience to drop by for it. Like, I need a point where we can get enough people, but maybe next week we'll just try a session of Jackbox and see how it goes, see if it's worth playing it anyway, and see if we get, like, a fair enough amount of people and enjoy it. I think it'd be pretty fun to mess around with and play Jackbox on stream, so if people are interested, then hell, I'll be down for it. I'll let you guys decide whether or not you think it's worth the time. I think it'd be fun. I played it on Twitch a few times, like, communities I'm in, and I've enjoyed it, like, every time I played it, so I think it'd be good. Whiplash is always good fun, so it's like, why the hell not? Let's see here. I don't know if there's any other multiplayer stuff I want to do. Maybe eventually do some more Mario Party. Oh, he lost his head, but we can actually stop it from fucking getting it back. Cool. Let's see. Give me a second or two. I'm waiting on something in the game, and I'm trying to check on something really quick. Getting a little bit of an awkward point to look at my stuff, though. Okay, that's not really where I want to stop, though. I want to get the blood coolers first, and then next time we'll do this one. I think I can check my thing I was meaning to now. Give me a second. Also, I apologize, the fucking pause is goddamn ear-rupturing. Not really my favorite thing dealing in games like this is like fucking stupid loud audio for no good reason. Not fun. Anyway, whatever. So here's something that'll be good to play. Good to talk about. Like, I'm curious, out of like games you guys have played, what are some older games you guys remember somewhat well? Like any good experiences or even bad ones, like games you found that didn't age great? I'm hoping to discuss this a little bit because I thought it'd be a fun thing to talk about. I played a few of them. It seems like as a kid, your taste in video games is not the same as when you're older. It's a little harder to get good games and understand what constituted a bad game and a good game. I don't know about why. When I was a kid, I had no concept of like quality video games in the same way I do now. I played all sorts of games when I was younger and didn't really give a shit. Like I played some kind of lame, like, what was it, a Rugrats game or something. It was kind of bad. Like it had like a very, very boring like gameplay. It was just you went around and played. They threw a bunch of mini games and stuff on like a theme park. It could have been a lot more interesting than what it was. It was very much a game, and I don't think I would like playing it now. Amazing how your like tastes as a kid are so drastically different. Hold on a second. Where the fuck is the door I came through? Or go back further. I'm trying to get the fucking last blood cooler thing because I want to move on to the next part of the level and not fucking waste time on that one later. I hope it's not hidden by that fucking an elevator, because I don't think I saw anything. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, though.
Take career advice from Joe Piscopo.
Just give me a little bit of time to backtrack. I'm sorry, this is a thing I don't really like, but I mean, it's part of the game, and it's a thing with a lot of older games. Let me check up here. I swear I've been up here, though. I think most games I've had bad times with when I was younger, licensed games were a huge culprit of that. I never found licensed games to be a lot of fun. They were kind of just I mean, I didn't hate them, but I didn't have the best buying habits, and I checked out a few when I was younger. Like, I remember I got fucking, what was it? I think I got the Finding Nemo video game or something purely out of, like, wanting to get the movie ticket with the game, and that was a fucking stupid idea. Like, it was just me buying a game for a movie. It's like, it wasn't really that great of a game, and that's just a kid for you. You don't always think things through. Kids just don't have that concept of money you have when you get older and you realize that you need money for, like, everyday life and trying to stay alive, so yeah. What are some, like, interesting or bad licensed games? I'm curious to hear anybody's experiences with them. I remember one of them that I actually did like. It was like a game for that Madagascar movie, and surprisingly it was okay. It wasn't like as crappy as most of them. Like, it actually happened to be like enough fun that I didn't hate it. It wasn't an amazing game, but it still was somewhat enjoyable, so I'll at least give it credit where it's due that I enjoyed it. And also I remember playing some SpongeBob stuff when I was younger that was somewhat fun. Is it down this elevator? Because I thought for sure that the little blood cooler things were all on the main path. That's the only reason I didn't fucking avoid backtracking earlier, because I thought I could stumble onto them just by playing the level normally, and... okay, whatever. If I got a little lost, no big deal. I don't know. See, I'm thinking of any others that I remember. I don't know if it counts as a licensed game. I guess technically Kingdom Hearts is pretty alright, because they licensed like a lot of Disney characters. It seems like a good one. I never played Kingdom Hearts. I want to at some point. Maybe one day. I know the games are a mess, so that's part of the intimidation factor of not being able to get in very easy to the series. Like, fucking really awkward knowing like where to start, what to play, and in what order. Wasn't there like a big compilation of Kingdom Hearts stuff back in the day? Like some pretty... It was like, back in the day, it was like maybe 5 years ago or something. It had like all the games that are important. Kingdom Hearts, the story so far, or whatever it was called. Need to play that. Maybe some other Square stuff in the near future. Okay, is this... Wait, what? I thought I turned it on. Okay, I guess we're going backwards and turning it back on again, even though I thought I already did. If I die right now, I'm going to be a little pissed off, because I've been trying to do this for a while, and I think it'll reset my fucking progress. It's like, I would rather not die right now, please.
Don't take career advice from Joe Piscopo.
Get over here and heal. Let me think. I'm just thinking on what all I want to talk about. I'm not really sure what kind of topics I'm in the mood to discuss right now. Give me a second, actually. Okay, here's another thing for a little bit. I don't know if it'll be an interesting topic or not. It's something you guys will want to discuss, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about. You guys ever thought of, like, if you wanted to move somewhere, like, where you'd want to move, like, another country or another location? Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Out of all the shit I miss, it's just randomly sitting out there where the last one was, and I probably walked by that, like, twice without realizing it. Okay, now I just gotta stay weary. Sorry, I'm gonna shut the fuck up for a second, so I won't fucking run to that damn ghost over there. If I died right when I finished, that would be fucking anticlimactic and very, very lame, so... Yeah, okay, cool. I'm just thinking about this in general, like, not even that I would necessarily want to, but like what all I would, or where all I would want to move if I was to move. I mean, to be fair, there's definitely some parts of America that aren't great either. People make it out to be like the greatest country, and it's sure there's a lot of things that are nice about America, but there's also a lot of things that also aren't that great. Like, our healthcare system is fucking ridiculous. Excuse me, and fucking, we can get overcharged up the ass for medical bills, and I remember seeing or I think it's a Reddit thing, like somebody found out they couldn't get insulin for their kid with diabetes, and it was like a really, really sad mom who was crying over it, and I felt really bad watching it. She was genuinely upset because she didn't qualify for healthcare to get it, or also like she didn't and had the money to afford it. It was kind of heartbreaking to watch, actually, and it's one of the kind of problems there with America. Also, they'll charge you like a ton of money for your medical bill on anything if you don't have insurance they'll take, or even if you don't have a problem with like insurance. Also, just like, what was it? There's other issues too, but like for even the smallest amount of stuff, you'll get fucking charged a ton of money. And we don't have a proper healthcare system. I have, like, Medicaid, and I'm grateful, but yeah, American healthcare is totally a joke. If you hear people talk about how bad it is, don't think they're, like, just joking around about it. It really is every bit as bad as we talk about. It's not great. There's some other things I'd like to maybe talk about, but I don't want to get into anything too political involved. I might discuss it a little bit, but we're not going to bring that up right away. Oh shit, the fucking camera right now is not the time for this. I need a clean shot through the axis, please, not fucking having my vision cut off while I'm trying to run across. Thanks. Fucking older games and camera problems, they're like two things that go hand in hand, and it's not a fun experience. Okay, anyway. Right. Where were we? Talking about moving countries, I think, like, where we'd want to. I'm not sure, personally. Maybe Britain would be kind of cool. I have a friend who lives in Australia, or at least I used to talk to, who lives in Australia, and he's an alright guy, and Australia sounds okay. Like, there's some problems that sound like they're not great there, like fucking hostile wildlife, but that's like probably one of the only things I've heard about that isn't really great. It doesn't sound too bad. Hold on a second, how are we doing on everything stream-wise? Just had to check, because couldn't see the chat updating, and also there's the matter that on top of that, I also can't, like, see my viewer count because of the fact my windows are set up in a very particular way right now. Okay, I think we're good. Wondering, because it sounded like the audio wasn't necessarily playing. Oh, I forgot to fucking check the uptime. Sorry, give me a second. 45 minutes. Okay, we're still going for a while. I don't think this is going to be a super long stream. We'll see how long I go on for. I'm thinking Gecko 64 might be a game where we do rather short sessions of like an hour or two, and then we stop playing instead of doing like very, very long ones. So yeah, I just throw that out there. I think we're gonna take our time with this really, really carefully and only play it so much. What is this one? Frankenstein Field. We'll come back to that. Is that a joke about Garfield with like Frankenstein? Like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I think I played through these three earlier, so I have an idea of what I'm doing. I tried to warm myself up to this because it's an older game and plays differently than anything I am used to, so I thought I'd remind myself what it's like. I'm probably going to be able to get through like the first bits early. From the rest of this point, though, it's going to be me not playing the levels out on my own ahead of time, just me playing them on stream, and we'll be able to re-experience them. I've forgotten like some of the content in this game. It'll be fun. I think today's mostly going to be like levels I've already played. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Where would you guys want to move if you had to move somewhere? I've seen a lot of people like there's different things. Germany apparently isn't terrible. I don't know if it's like great to move to. Russia is one place I think I can say I would avoid, and I think a lot of people would probably have the same opinion, not for any necessarily terrible reason, but Russia doesn't seem like a great place to live. All sorts of dumb bullshit fucking happens in Russia, at least from what I've seen on the internet. Like, I've seen videos where there's a stupid crazy BS happens, like somebody just minding their own business, and then some fucking jackass comes up on the fucking street and like hits them with like a fucking beer bottle or some stupid shit. Stuff that you wouldn't expect to happen and really anywhere. It's like Russia seems to have a lot of problems that no other country I've seen does, so I think living in Russia would be kind of bad. Probably not the worst, but it might not be a fun experience. Let's see, where are some good places that are worth like changing like to live to? I'm just curious, like thinking in general. I don't know if I would want to move anytime soon. Yeah, Russia's doesn't look great. That, albeit this video I think was like 5 or 10 years ago, but I think I've seen some other stuff on it that still doesn't look fantastic, and I feel like the idea of you getting fucking glassed over the head with the fucking beer bottle in Russia probably isn't completely gone, because there's a lot of shitheads in Russia, so yeah, I don't know if I'd want to move there. I'm not saying this to be like rude to Russians, but I mean, from what I've seen over the internet, it makes it look very apparent that Russia has a lot of assholes in the city, or I say city, I mean, I meant to say the country, but yeah, a lot of assholes in the country that probably wouldn't make it great to live in. I don't know. See, I'm thinking on stuff I've seen that's actually decent looking. I mentioned before Italy looked good. I think that's something I like the look of, and Italy wouldn't be a bad consideration for like if I ever wanted to move into another country. Italy would be a place that I would think about, because it always looks nice. Same with France too. Those are both like countries that look very, very good. Okay, thank God. I was gonna say if the game fucking dropped me back at the fucking start of that, I was gonna be pissed off. If you fall off of that little platform thing without making it too far, or the game actually fucking just yeets you back to the start of it instead of fucking letting you go where you were walking at, so you have to redo like a big part of what you're doing if you fuck up on your jump. So you can probably understand why I was eager to make the jump on the first try and then not have anything go wrong. If I had to go back to the fucking beginning, I would have been a little annoyed. Even if it's not a big deal, like falling off and restarting is still very much a deterrent from wanting to fuck up. This part is annoying. The camera is not super cooperative and it's kind of irritating to fucking jump around here. Is this the part that has the hidden remote in it? I'm not sure if it's further. Give me a second. I need to look at my surroundings. And game, god damn it. This game would be, I'm not going to say it'd be perfect, and it wouldn't be necessarily a whole lot better, like it'd probably be better, but like if they didn't have such a poor controlling camera, this game would feel a lot smoother to play. The camera is fucking kind of killing it for me at certain points. It's how fucking janky it is and how much it fucking moves around while you're trying to do shit, and I don't like that. Oh fuck. God damn it. Let's see, I was thinking on like another place or two. Apparently Poland's a good place to move to. I've heard of like one of my favorite content creators, Ross Scott, moved there to like be with his fiance, and apparently Poland's like really peaceful and really cool, so that's another place that I've thought about. I haven't really certain if I'd want to move there, and Sweden doesn't sound too bad either, actually. Sweden sounds like a pretty nice place to live. I know a few people who live in Sweden, and Sweden sounds like it's good. I don't know any of them personally, but like content creators, like I know about like a few. PewDiePie is obviously a big one that lives in Sweden, and Vinesauce Joel does, and he's a pretty cool guy, and sounds like it's not too bad living there. See, one other place I can think of. Alright, if you gotta leave, I understand, Zachary. Thanks for dropping by and watching for as long as you did. I'll be on for a bit longer. Also, I think I'm having some fucking slight drifting problems with my control stick. Lovely. I don't know why this suddenly started, but yeah, I'm gonna be on for at least a little bit longer. Whether or not if you can come back, I don't know if I'll still be on or not, because I don't know how much longer I made before I finish what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna wrap up like relatively soon, and then we'll continue this. I don't know, I think on 2 days from now, tomorrow, I want to play another game and do like some Clubhouse games. So if anybody has Clubhouse still and wants to play it for the sake of multiplayer shit, then feel free to join in on that, because I would like to. I think that'd be a fun time for us to play Clubhouse games. So we'll do that tomorrow, and then for the rest of the week, I'll do another session of this. I'm going to try to alternate between this and some other games. We'll figure it out. Right now, the schedule for the rest of the week is not set in stone yet, so I'm going to have to keep you guys updated on that and see exactly where I find myself wanting to do for the rest of the week. I think we'll find some fun stuff to do. Speaking of which, I need to like make another small announcement or amendment to like my streams for a second. Not to the streams themselves, but I probably am not going to be streaming next week. Not tomorrow, isn't that week, but I mean in the week after this upcoming week. So for like the last week until the 31st of January, I am not going to be streaming. I'm going to be fucking taking a cooldown period after playing Pokemon so long, so I want some time to myself to just take it easy. Also, I'm gonna fucking go backtrack. I wanted to get my collectibles, make sure I got enough to get both the rewards in the same try, so there we go. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of time to just relax after doing that Reggie shit for so long. I think it's a good idea. I've been pushing to play quite a bit of Pokemon and wasting a lot of time the shiny hunt, so that followed by the depression because I wasn't going to be streaming a lot in the first place, and broke my own promise. It's like, yeah, I want to take a little bit of time, take some time away in the next week or so. Ooh, the easiest jump, huh? I think we're almost back to where I want. Okay, there we go. We're all good. Takes a little while to get done with that. Are we in the right area? Or... I think so. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right spot. Let me check around really quick. Okay, yeah, looks like we're good. I have something I want to talk about. Give me a second or two. I just need to make sure I get a little progress in this. Is this the area that I was... Please tell me this isn't the way I just went, because I don't want to go back the same direction I came from. Let me see what this leads me to. Give me a second. I'm thinking on what I want to discuss at the moment, because there's a lot of things that are on my mind. I don't know which I should bring up right now. Let's see. Here's something that's decent for a little bit of discussion. Whether or not it'll be a great stream topic is really... I'm not sure if it'll be that interesting, but something that'll be alright to talk about, I think. How do you guys feel about, like, gardening and working with plants, actually? I'm curious to hear about that, like how everybody feels on that particular topic. I used to do it a lot because I grew up in a farm, and I think I've discussed it a little bit. I enjoyed it, like, some of it. I didn't really like the watering the plants part, and, like, I didn't like doing, like, a whole lot. I'd like to do the watering some, but I didn't like to deal with, like, a whole bunch, but I was forced to. Some decent stuff, though. We grew some nice fruit and some... What was it? We grew good fruit at some point, I think, and we grew, like, some vegetables. It had, like, farm animals, and that was alright. Did I go back to the same fucking direction that I came out of? If I did, then fucking Christ. I thought I was going the way I wanted to, and now I'm not certain anymore.
That's what I call getting some.
Give me a second or two. I'm sorry, this is a fucking confusing level layout compared to the other levels so far. A little easy to get lost on where you're trying to go to, and of course I get turned around because everything's so samey looking. I remember growing up with pigs, though. That was an interesting experience. Farming can be pretty fun and rewarding if you're doing it right. There's nothing better than growing, like, your own good food and then seeing it getting nice and healthy and then being able to eat it. Something I like. I don't know why I never did take any gardening classes in school. I think I took, like, one, maybe. That's probably it, though. Thinking on that. I don't know if there's anything I wanted to add about that. I don't know why I brought it up, because I wanted to talk about it yet. I'm not sure if I don't know if I do it enough. Let's see. Well, whatever. Let me see. Give me a second or two. I'm thinking on what I want to bring up, really. Here's an interesting thing to talk about. Well, I say interesting. I don't know if it'll be interesting or not, but I think it's something you guys might enjoy talking about. My God. Is there a way I can peek up and see if this is the right room or not, or is that not possible? No? Okay, I was trying to look and see if I came to the wrong room. The problem with this is I think it's the same room, but I can't tell, and I'd rather not waste my time, but I guess I'm going to have to. Fucking lovely. Whatever. You know, I'm gonna change the subject for what I was going to talk about in a second, and we'll discuss something in it in a little bit. You guys ever have, like, I don't know what you'd call it, maybe bathroom anxiety? You feel like you need to go to the bathroom, and then you try to go, and then nothing happens? That happens to me a lot. I don't know why. Like, say you need to go to the bathroom and pee, and then you try to, and nothing comes out. You let it go, and you try to go again and again and again, and then you don't get anywhere with, like, trying to go to the bathroom. It's just awkward the entire time. That's something that's annoying. Bathroom anxiety, where you keep trying to go to the bathroom and you don't feel anything. I guess it's nervousness, like, fucking with you a little bit when you try to go. Or when your stomach acts up and you fucking have to feel like you have to poop and then nothing comes out of your stomach. That's always annoying. And then for the next hour or so, you'll sit there feeling the constipation, can't actually fucking use the toilet, and sit there agonizing over how much it sucks sitting there not being able to feel anything. Going to the bathroom can be a fucking real nuisance because of that stuff. Also, fuck, I don't want to get hit. You know what? Actually, fuck it. It'll be easier and quicker if I just let Gex go and die, because even though I don't want to, it's getting me respawned in another room, actually. Yeah, that's good enough. I got my thing where I want it. I was wasting a lot of time, and I apologize. That wasn't my intent, actually. Okay, fuck is the thing I need to go to again? Give me a second. I don't know. Never a good feeling. Same with that whole bathroom thing. Same with, like, really just anything, like, say, for instance, maybe feel sick and your body isn't reacting well. Like, you ever had the feeling when you're sick and you can't do anything and you're feeling like you need to puke or something and your body won't give you any relief? You don't want to puke, but you also feel like it'd be better if you just got it out of your system rather than it being, like, in you and bothering you or whatever. Maybe that's not the right way to word it, but yeah, like you sit there feeling this vomiting coming on and then you can't fucking do anything about it and you just feel queasy the whole time. That's something I feel like is annoying and unfun to put up with too. Something I don't love. Oh, that's where it is. Did I miss this or maybe not? I was just wondering why I didn't see this. I was gonna say, this is the passageway I was intending to take towards where I need to go, I think. I don't know, it's annoying when that happens. I'm sure you guys can relate to what I'm talking about. Fucking dealing with, like, that kind of shit's never fun. Body fucking with you. To be... Oh, I think this is it. I was gonna say, I thought maybe I was going the wrong way, but I think we're on the right track. I was gonna say, I need to go to the passageway I'm intending to this time, if we're on the right way, though. That's the question. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is different from last time. Making certain. 1 second, I just gotta get through this. I'm not gonna talk too much while I'm doing this. It's a lot of platforming that needs to be done correctly. Of course, I fuck up the platforming when I decide to shut up. Whatever. Give me a second or two to mark some stuff off my list here. One moment. I need a second. This won't take too long, I don't think. Okay, I guess that's good for right now. Anyway, whatever. I think I'm gonna probably see my time is. If it's late enough, I might stop the stream after this. I don't know how far we've gotten in stream so far. I don't want to go on for longer than necessary and stretch the stream out when I feel like it's not benefiting anybody. I don't know. It's been a fun first session. Not really been a whole lot of easy conversation points I could think of today, unfortunately. Let's see here. I had something on my mind that I just forgot about. I don't remember what it was, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have brought it up. Shit. Well, whatever. So, give me a second to look here and see what I want to think about. Here will be a decent topic. I think something that might be fun to talk about for a little bit. What's some, like, good memories with, like, computers or the internet you guys had, like, fun times you remember? I'm trying to remember a lot of stuff. I remember, like, Flash websites really well back in the day. I'm sad it's gone now, but, like, I remember I checked out, like, a whole bunch of stuff. Really fun as a kid, especially going on, like, a website and seeing, like, all these different... This is gonna take a little while. This part's awkward because the camera jerks around a little too much and it's easy to mess up the timing on this, so this might take me a moment or two to get it right. But yeah, some good memories you guys had. I did a lot of Flash games when I was younger, played like a lot on different websites. I remember I went on the Cartoon Network website and checked out their Flash games based on their, like, series they had. That was something I found kind of cool. I think like a lot of, like, Cartoon or not Cartoon Network, like Cartoon Network, like, you know, channels that host cartoons, I should say, I guess, like, yeah, Nickelodeon, Disney, those kind of places had, like, pretty good Flash games that were fairly memorable. Those were times that I remember being a lot of fun. I did that a lot as a kid. Also, really weird, like, now thinking about, like, a lot of things you did as a kid. I think everybody had that experience as a little kid where they got on porn for the first time. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about that too much. Have some stupid shit. I think it's a fairly common occurrence for a lot of people if you're not careful, especially when you're younger, that you possibly download a virus over something stupid like porn. Computer viruses are, they make life so difficult to deal with. They're not the worst, but they're not great either. They're just annoying most of the time, and they can fuck up your computer really bad. Let's see, favorite things to do on computer. You know, actually, like, thinking on computer programs, stuff I enjoyed as a kid, I remember one thing in particular that I really liked was that I could, like, I got to learn how to use, like, Microsoft Office stuff, like, fairly early, not super early, but I learned it when I was, I think before I was a teenager, or maybe around, like, 13 or 14 at the latest, and I'd found a lot of time that was fun to mess around with PowerPoint and the kind of stuff in there. I don't know why. I also think I found a few animating softwares and like messed around with that for a little bit, but I don't have much talent when it comes to animating, so I didn't really stick with it. That was an alright time sitting there playing that. Also, browsing YouTube videos back in the day as a kid was such a different experience than it is now. Nowadays, YouTube has evolved so much more, and there's like streaming and all these other things that you can see. Really grew up in a very, very different time. Honestly, I wonder... Excuse me, my nose... Oh, I'm sorry. I can't fucking mute this very easily either, unfortunately. God damn it! Oh, all that because I couldn't fucking see my screen quickly and adjust easily after being distracted. I fucking hate that. Whatever, though. Not a big deal, just annoying for the least part. Like, it was a nuisance. Okay, good. But yeah, let's see. Other good memories from, like, computer stuff that I did. I remember I tried to learn coding, actually. I never got very far. I think I tried, like, Java coding, and frustrating because I didn't know what I was doing. There'd be errors all the time. Coding seems like a pretty neat thing if you can actually get, like, used to it and learn how to do it, but for the first bit of time, trying to learn coding is fucking annoying and not very easy. Can be a very, very hard thing to get used to for messing around with. Okay, we got that one, and I was gonna say I might stop here, actually. Let's see what our time is. We're at a little over an hour. If I got a little lost and this wasn't the most interesting, I apologize. Let me check on a thing or two before I go ahead and end. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to end it on this part. I felt like it was a good session. Fairly fun. I hope you guys liked this. I was looking forward to playing Gecko, though, for the first time in a long while, so yeah. Alright. We'll call the stream here. If you guys enjoyed it, all good. I'll try to think of more stuff that I want to talk about in the meantime, and I'll see you guys on the next stream, so yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great day or night, and we'll be back in another 2 days for some more of Gecko 64. See you guys then. Bye. Thanks for watching.